Welcome back. You're watching All About Stocks on ET Now. Thanks for staying with us. Paras Edenwala is still with us on the show. And we're going to answer some questions that came in from you during the week. Our first question comes in from A. Banerjee, who's written in saying he has 300 shares, Paras, of VIP Industries, which he bought at 988, and he has 200 shares of Mahindra & Mahindra, which he bought at 795. And he wants to know what you think is the future prospects for both of these stocks. We'll start with VIP Industries. Where do you think the stock is going?
VIP Industries is a very good company, and it has really turned around brilliantly in the last few years, and is kind of expanding its presence not only within India but also beyond India. And it's getting into the lady segment, which is also likely to propel growth even further. But having said that, if you look at the stock performance over the last 1 year, it's been an out-and-out outperformer in a market that has been declining. And consequently, the valuations have also sold significantly higher. At a price which is very close to 1,000, the stock is available at about 19 times on FY13, which to my mind is quite expensive. I think it's a very good time to exit the stock and get into a stock which has much better valuation.
Right, and the other stock he's asked us about is Mahindra & Mahindra. What's your take on that stock now?
Mahindra again is a very good story on agriculture. As is well known, they have a dominant market share in the tractor segment. They have a dominant market share even in the SUV segment, and they're spreading their wings outside India also very successfully. So I think this is a conglomerate which is focused on the automobile and the agriculture segment quite successfully. And the growth trajectory as we see forward, I think is again quite promising. So my sense is that one should stay invested in Mahindra & Mahindra with a longer term perspective.
Stay invested in Mahindra & Mahindra. Our next question is coming from Prakash, who writes in saying he's a very long-term investor, wants to invest for more than 10 years. And he wants you to help him pick a couple of blue chip stocks that he could buy with, a 10-year horizon or more than that. Blue chip stocks for 10 years first, anything that comes to mind?
And this is absolutely a delight to hear someone holding on stock for the next 10 years. So it's good to believe that there are some buffets in India as well. There are a number of stocks, in the current state of the market that could be picked up for the long term. One of them is Bajaj Auto. I think this is a very promising company. It has delivered in the immediate past and promised to deliver even better returns over the longer term. The valuations are cheap as compared to Hero Honda. So I think one can definitely go in for Bajaj. The second one, albeit a little expensive, but looking at the consistency in the past, one can really also buy into HDFC Bank. The company, despite a higher base, keeps on growing at 30% in the top line. So with a clean balance sheet, excellent management, I think this company will go places from the current levels. The third one is ICICI Bank. Now this is the largest private sector bank which has turned the corner in terms of its quality of balance sheet, especially in the last 1 year. And if you look at the valuations, it is at a significant discount to someone like HDFC Bank or an Axis Bank. My sense is that going forward, it should really catch up in terms of the growth rates as compared to someone like an HDFC Bank. And therefore, the scope for appreciation is also very, very good. So I would definitely recommend ICICI Bank. And the last one that I would recommend from the blue chips is Larsen & Toubro. I think while there are some near-term headwinds, that are faced by the infrastructure and the capital goods sector, but over the longer term, if India has to keep on growing at least 7.5% to 8%, then we need infrastructure, we need more services from an engineering major. And to that extent, I think someone like Larsen & Toubro, stands to benefit quite significantly. So I would definitely want to buy into this stock as well with a longer term perspective.
All right, Prakash, 4 names there for you to hold for the long term. Remember, we talked about Bajaj Auto, ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, and Larsen & Toubro L&T. Good luck with those investments. Write back to us if you need any more help. Our next question comes in from Amrish, who has written in saying he wants to invest with a 3 to 4 year horizon, and he's trying to choose between Bharti Airtel, Maruti, and Orbit Corp. Wants you to help him pick one stock, Paras. Among the 3, which would you recommend right now?
Out of the 3, my vote would go in for 2 of them, and I would be happy if the investor could really split his investments between these 2, and one is Bharti, the second is Maruti. Now, why do I like Bharti? Bharti has clearly, demonstrated its ability to scale up and become a telecom leader in India. And by its acquisition in Africa, it's gradually getting into another country which promises very good growth over the long term. So I think Bharti is an emerging global player, and its valuations are not particularly expensive. So for a four-year kind of a perspective, I think Bharti looks very good at the current valuations. As far as Maruti is concerned, as is very well known, it has a dominant market share within the car space in India, and there is no one which can meet Maruti in the small car segment. With its increasing foray into the diesel space, I think it should at least maintain its growth trajectory, if not improve upon it. So with the current problems that are facing Maruti, the stock is available cheaper as compared to what it used to be about a year ago. So my sense is at about 9.5 times to 10 times on FY13 estimates, Maruti looks an excellent buy. So I would definitely recommend Maruti for about a 4-year perspective.
All right, Bharti and Maruti there, those are the stocks he's recommending to you, Amrish. We hope that helps. Write back to us if you need any more help. Paras, thank you so much for joining us on All About Stocks and answering all of our questions. Remember, if you have questions for Paras or any of our other experts, you can write to us on the email ID at the bottom of your screen. It will be our pleasure to answer your questions on the show. Keep investing. Write in if you need anything. Thanks for watching.